Understanding the impacts of short-term stress. I am not a doctor, psychologist, or have much education in mental states at all. Although I have worked part-time with some respected individuals that dealt with mental disorders in adolescence, I myself have no credentials. What I do have is an understanding of how my mind shifts and changes under different levels of stress. Whether it is physical or emotional stress, I like to think that I have a grasp on what would happen. Ultimately, I am still unsure, as the predictions of mine have still been wrong. Hopefully one day, through observations of the possible outcomes, I might understand it completely. Emotions. Something endlessly difficult to comprehend, yet something we all share in common. We all feel moments of joy, anger, sadness, or any of the others at all times of life. I personally cannot think of a time that I have been absent of them. If anything, I feel as if my emotions are amplified when compared to others. I do not see this as a problem, but at times it can bring forth issues. Anger, that is my problem. It is my instant reaction stress, although I'd rather have it be anything else. It is how my mind works. Of course, it is proportional to how much stress I am under. I do not act out erratically when under minor difficulties. I do break down under higher pressures. Maintaining myself proves to be challenging, yet I have to overcome my emotions. Under stress, I become mad. My emotions of anger are usually directed towards the complications that put me under the stress. This could be direct, such as a boss that made a deadline earlier, or at other times, it could be indirect, such as social stereotypes restricting minor details of my life. That steps into another topic I do not want to dive into today. Most of the time, these strong feelings of anger are overreactions. I should not be mad at stereotypes if it only bars me from simple things with abstract barriers. I should not be mad at my supervisor for changing the deadline. Complications occur, and stress follows with it. It is not a choice whether the emotions come, but I can reduce the intensity. Breathing helps, but lately the issues have been too complicated for a quick fix. I find myself pacing back and forth in my residence for minutes, just trying to wrap my head around the tasks ahead of me. Sometimes it is banging my desk, going for a run, or drugs and alcohol. Eventually, I get to my tasks and the stress goes away. Usually the stress fades when I'm working through the task. It feels almost routine how I find myself in the rhythm of my work. Even if I dislike the activity, there's a point where it just flows. Then the stress and anger is gone. I almost feel joyful. The act of getting it done feels worth celebrating. I have finished a task I dreaded. Sadly, this is too simple for many things. Long-term stress is a whole nother beast. Being subject to constant pressure for weeks and weeks on end is a terrible state. That is a whole nother topic for some other day. Thank you.